after I gave birth to my son, my was huge. And the reason why my was so huge, because I almost gained 20, and you already know my already have some shots. So my was already huge as well. Like putting that baby weight on my body, plus them.
Erica Pinkett had never been the type to stay quiet, especially when something was bothering her. She believed in speaking her truth, no matter how uncomfortable it made others. And when it came to her relationship with Dee, things had been shaky for a while. What started as minor arguments had grown into deeper problems that neither of them seemed ready to face. The signs had been there for weeks. DC, who once couldn't get enough of her, had started acting distant. He was no longer attentive or affectionate. Conversations turned into quick exchanges. Texts that used to be long and sweet were now short or left on read. Something had changed, and not for the better. Erica tried not to jump to conclusions, but the shift was too obvious to ignore. Her heart told her something was wrong, and when her instincts spoke, she usually listened. Rumors had been floating around, and although she hadn't wanted to believe them, the uneasiness in her gut just wouldn't go away. One evening, after a long and stressful day, Erica made a decision she didn't usually make. She drove over to DC's place without calling first. That wasn't her style. She liked to give people their space, but this time was different. She needed answers, and waiting wasn't an option anymore. When she arrived, the street was quiet. The sun was setting, casting shadows across the pavement as she walked up to his front door. She knocked. No response.
It's always you stupid, weak ass bitches. It's never the bad bitches. It's never the bad, you know what it is? It's never the bad bitches, and it's never the trans bitches. The cunt trans fucks with it. The cunt trans always fucks with it. The bad fucks with it. The niggas with the money fucks with it. It's always you bad bill, angry, jealous bitches, and it's always you funky, ugly, country butch queens.
She tried again. Still nothing. Feeling a growing tightness in her chest, she reached for the doorknob. Locked. That alone didn't mean much. But something about the silence, the stillness, made her more suspicious. She paused for a second, standing there in the evening breeze, collecting her thoughts. Her heart was pounding, but she wasn't going to turn away. Not now. She pulled out her phone and called him. The phone rang, and rang, and rang. No answer. That was it. Whatever was going on, she was about to find out. With a sharp inhale, she stepped back and pushed the door with her shoulder. It gave way with a creak as the lock popped open. It hadn't been shut all the way. And the moment she stepped inside, her entire world shifted. There, sitting comfortably on the couch in DC's living room, was a woman. Not a friend, not a family member, but someone clearly more than just a visitor. She was all over him, laughing like she belonged there. DC looked like a deer caught in headlights when he saw Erica standing in the doorway. Everything stopped. Erica froze for a split second, the scene in front of her burning itself into her memory. But instead of falling apart, she straightened her spine, lifted her chin, and walked inside like she owned the place. Her eyes locked on DC, filled with fury and disbelief. DC jumped up, flustered and scrambling for words. Erica, wait, it's not what it looks like. She didn't even blink. Really? She snapped, her voice cold but loud. Then explain it. Because from where I'm standing, it looks exactly like what I think it is. The woman on the couch shifted uncomfortably, avoiding Erica's piercing gaze. DC looked trapped, searching for an excuse, a lie. Anything to fix what was clearly broken beyond repair. You've been lying to me this whole time, Erica said, her voice growing louder. Bringing another woman into your house, into our space? Like I don't even exist? DC tried to step forward, hands raised in defense. Let me explain. No. I'm done listening, Erica interrupted, taking a step back. Her emotions were boiling over, every word carrying months of pent-up hurt. You told me I was the one. You said you loved me. And this? This is how you treat me. Her voice cracked slightly, but she pushed through. I gave you my time, my trust, my heart, and you threw it all away. For what? For her? DC's face turned red with embarrassment. He didn't have an answer. The woman on the couch looked like she wanted to disappear. I should have known better, Erica continued. You're just like the rest of them. All talk, no loyalty. I wasted my energy on someone who wasn't even worth it. She turned to leave, but then stopped. She glanced back at DC one final time, eyes filled with disappointment. Don't ever call me again, she said firmly. Then, turning her attention to the woman still sitting awkwardly on the couch, she added, And you? Don't get too comfortable. This isn't your house. You're just a temporary distraction, and you'll be gone before you know it. With that, she stormed out, slamming the door behind her. Outside, Erica's heart was racing. Her hands shook. But not from weakness, from adrenaline. She didn't look back. Not once. Because in that moment, she knew one thing for sure. She wasn't going to let anyone treat her like she didn't matter. Not anymore. The days that followed were filled with mixed emotions. Anger, sadness, confusion. She went over the betrayal in her mind over and over.
Nationalities that they praise thick girls, that they praise as they praise thighs, they praise all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna walk around my flat. No. Some of y'all happy with it, that's great, but that just wasn't me when I was young, so.
Trying to understand how it all fell apart. But in the end, there was only one conclusion she could come to DC. Wasn't the man she thought he was. She had loved him, yes. But love wasn't enough when the other person didn't respect you. When trust was broken, there was no relationship left to fix. She wasn't going to give him a second chance. He didn't deserve one. Erica leaned on her close friends during that time. She cried. She vented. She went silent. But slowly, she began to feel lighter. The storm was passing, and something new was beginning to rise in her strength. A quiet kind of strength that comes from knowing your worth. She started focusing on herself, went back to doing the things she loved. She poured her energy into her passions, into her healing. DC had lost her, and she was realizing that she hadn't lost anything, she had only shed dead weight.
I was a dancer and everything, I had the tees, I had the bomb tattoos, I had a six-packs, I could do a fucking whole split, everything, but, not split, but I could do crazy pole tricks, all that shit, but I was missing something.
Meanwhile, DC was left alone with his regrets. He had to live with the choices he made and the damage he caused. Maybe he thought Erica would always come back. Maybe he thought she'd forgive him like so many do, but not this time. The damage was too deep. The trust too broken. Erica had closed that chapter for good. No more late-night texts. No more apologies. No more drama. This was a turning point for her. She had walked into that house hoping for reassurance, but walked out with clarity. And in the end, that was the blessing in disguise. Sometimes it takes a betrayal to reveal the truth and to set you free. Erica wasn't bitter. She wasn't vengeful. She was just done. Done with the lies, the games, and the pain. And as she looked ahead at the road before her, she knew she was stepping into something better. Not because she needed a man to complete her, but because she had finally chosen herself.